Welcome to Workers.com Staffing Pulse, Insights from the Frontline. I'm Shelby, your host for today. In this episode, we're diving deep into a topic that's on everyone's mind: AI disruption in entry-level hiring and job openings. The rise of artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It's a present-day reality, and it's significantly reshaping the landscape of the workforce, particularly for those just starting their careers. We're seeing AI increasingly take on tasks previously handled by humans, leading to a noticeable reduction in entry-level job openings across various industries. This isn't just about automation replacing repetitive tasks anymore. AI is becoming sophisticated enough to handle more complex functions, impacting roles that require a degree of cognitive ability, often filled by individuals with less experience. The data is signaling a potential economic slowdown, and a significant factor influencing this trend is AI's impact on the workforce. Companies are reevaluating their staffing needs, and in many cases, AI solutions are proving to be more efficient, cost-effective, and scalable than traditional human labor for certain roles. This is leading to a ripple effect, not only in fewer new positions being created, but also in instances of layoffs as businesses adapt to this new technological paradigm. To help us navigate this complex issue, we have two colleagues joining us today. First, Rod, a recruiting manager here at Workers.com, who leads our industry research and helps companies find the right talent, while also helping candidates find the right fit. Rod, welcome.
Thank you, Shelby. Happy to be here again.
And also joining us is Sam, a staffing manager here at Workers.com, who works directly with employers who need reliable, scalable workforce solutions, in addition to keeping abreast of the latest technology and industry innovations that impact staffing nationwide. Sam, thanks for joining us once again.
Glad to be back, Shelby. It's a critical conversation.
So, Rod, let's start with the big picture. From an economic perspective, what are the key indicators you're seeing that point to AI's influence on entry-level hiring and the broader job market?
The most prominent indicator is the slowing growth in job postings for roles typically considered entry-level. We're talking about positions in customer service, data entry, administrative support, and even some manufacturing roles. Historically, these have been the gateways for young workers or those looking to transition into new fields. What we're observing is a plateau, and in some sectors, a decline in the sheer volume of these openings. Furthermore, the nature of the remaining entry-level roles is shifting. They often require a higher degree of digital literacy, problem-solving skills, or the ability to work alongside AI systems. This means the bar is being raised, making it more challenging for individuals without specialized training or prior experience to secure these positions. We're also seeing a divergence in the labor market. While some sectors are experiencing robust growth, particularly in AI development and implementation itself, others are contracting due to AI-driven efficiencies. This creates a skills gap and can lead to increased unemployment for those whose skills are becoming obsolete.
And what about the layoffs you mentioned? Are these directly attributable to AI implementation?
In many cases, yes. When a company implements an AI-powered system that can handle the workload of, say, 10 customer service representatives, the economic incentive to retain those 10 employees diminishes. It's not always immediate or across the board, but the trend is undeniable. Companies are optimizing for efficiency, and AI offers a powerful tool for that. This can result in workforce reductions, and unfortunately, entry-level positions are often the most vulnerable because their tasks are typically the most automatable.
Sam, from your perspective in staffing, how are you seeing companies actually implement AI in their hiring processes and for roles that were traditionally entry-level?
It's a multifaceted approach, Shelby. On the hiring side, AI is used for screening resumes, conducting initial interviews through chatbots, and even analyzing candidate sentiment. This speeds up the process significantly, allowing staffing teams to focus on more strategic tasks. However, it also means that fewer human recruiters are needed for the initial phases of recruitment. For roles that were traditionally entry-level, we're seeing AI integrated directly into the workflow. Think about chatbots handling customer inquiries that used to be fielded by human agents, or AI-powered software automating data entry and basic report generation. In some manufacturing settings, robotic process automation, or RPA, is taking over tasks that were once performed by line workers. The challenge for companies is twofold: how to integrate these technologies effectively without alienating their existing workforce, and how to redefine roles so that humans and AI can collaborate. It's a learning curve for everyone involved.
Are you seeing a direct correlation between companies adopting AI and a decrease in their entry-level hiring numbers?
Definitely. When a company invests in AI to automate certain functions, it inherently reduces the need for human capital in those areas. If an AI can handle 80% of the tasks a junior analyst used to do, the company might only need 1 or 2 human analysts to oversee the AI and handle the more complex exceptions, rather than a team of 5. This directly translates to fewer entry-level positions being advertised. It also impacts internal mobility. If fewer entry-level roles are available, it becomes harder for existing employees to move up within the company, which can lead to stagnation and dissatisfaction.
Rod, you mentioned the skills gap. For individuals looking to enter the workforce or those whose jobs are at risk, what kind of skills should they be focusing on developing to remain competitive in this AI-driven economy?
This is the crucial question. The emphasis needs to shift from task-specific skills to more transferable and human-centric abilities. Critical thinking, problem-solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, collaboration, and adaptability are becoming paramount. These are areas where humans still significantly outperform AI. In addition, digital literacy is no longer optional. Understanding how to interact with AI tools, interpret their outputs, and even basic coding or data analysis skills can make a candidate much more attractive. Continuous learning is key. People need to be prepared to upskill and reskill throughout their careers. For those aiming for entry-level positions, consider roles that involve managing or overseeing AI systems, or those that require a high degree of human interaction and empathy, like healthcare, education, or certain creative fields.
Sam, from a practical standpoint, how can companies best support their existing workforce through this transition? What are some best practices for managing AI integration without causing mass displacement?
This is where strong leadership and a commitment to employees are vital. Firstly, transparency is key. Communicate openly with employees about AI implementation plans, the reasons behind them, and the potential impact on roles. Secondly, invest in reskilling and upskilling programs. Companies should identify the skills their workforce will need in the future and provide training opportunities to help them transition into new roles, either within the company or in emerging fields. This could involve partnerships with educational institutions or offering internal training modules. Thirdly, redefine job roles. Instead of simply eliminating positions, explore how AI can augment human capabilities. Create hybrid roles where employees work alongside AI, focusing on tasks that require human judgment, creativity, and interpersonal skills. Finally, foster a culture of continuous learning and adaptation. Encourage employees to embrace new technologies and provide them with the resources and support to do so. It's about viewing AI not just as a cost-saving measure, but as a tool to empower the workforce and drive innovation.
Rod, we're seeing some data that suggests a potential economic slowdown. How much of this is directly attributable to AI's impact on employment, and how much is due to other factors like inflation or global supply chain issues?
It's a complex interplay of factors, Shelby. AI is certainly a significant contributor, especially in terms of productivity gains that can, in the short to medium term, lead to reduced demand for labor in certain sectors. The efficiency gains from AI can lead to businesses producing more with fewer people, which can dampen overall job creation. However, we can't isolate AI as the sole cause. Inflationary pressures are definitely impacting consumer spending and business investment, which in turn affects hiring. Global supply chain disruptions continue to create uncertainty and can lead businesses to scale back expansion plans. Geopolitical events also play a role. What AI does is amplify some of these existing economic pressures. For instance, if a company is already facing rising costs due to inflation, the ability to implement AI to reduce labor costs becomes even more attractive. So, while it's not the only factor, AI's influence on labor markets is a significant and growing component of the current economic narrative.
Sam, looking ahead, what do you predict will be the biggest challenges for entry-level job seekers in the next 5 to 10 years, given the trajectory of AI development?
The biggest challenges will be the increasing demand for higher-level skills and the potential for further automation of tasks that are currently considered entry-level. Job seekers will need to be proactive in acquiring skills that are less susceptible to automation. This means focusing on critical thinking, creativity, complex problem-solving, and interpersonal skills. They'll also need to be adaptable and willing to embrace lifelong learning. The idea of a single career path is becoming obsolete. Individuals will likely need to pivot and acquire new skills multiple times throughout their working lives. Another challenge will be navigating a hiring landscape that is increasingly influenced by AI. Understanding how to present oneself effectively to AI screening tools and how to demonstrate the unique human value one brings to a role will be crucial.
And for employers, what are the biggest challenges they will face in recruiting and retaining entry-level talent?
For employers, the challenge will be finding individuals with the right blend of foundational knowledge and the advanced human-centric skills we've been discussing. They'll need to rethink their recruitment strategies to identify potential beyond traditional metrics. Retention will also be a challenge. If entry-level roles are less engaging due to AI oversight, or if opportunities for growth are limited, companies will struggle to keep their newer employees motivated and committed. They'll need to create environments where employees feel valued, can learn and grow, and see a clear path forward, even if that path involves working alongside AI.
Rod, are there any historical parallels to the current AI disruption that can offer us some comfort or guidance? For example, the Industrial Revolution or the advent of personal computers?
Yes, absolutely. The Industrial Revolution, the advent of personal computers, and the rise of the Internet all brought about significant shifts in the labor market, and there was considerable anxiety surrounding job losses and the need for new skills. During the Industrial Revolution, manual labor jobs were replaced by machines, but new jobs emerged in factories, in engineering, and in managing the new technologies. The advent of personal computers automated many clerical tasks, but created a massive demand for software developers, IT professionals, and those who could leverage computing power. The Internet, similarly, disrupted traditional industries, but spawned entirely new digital economies and job categories. What these historical shifts teach us is that technological advancements, while disruptive, also create new opportunities. The key is adaptation. Those who could learn to operate, maintain, and innovate with the new technologies were the ones who thrived. The challenge with AI is the speed and breadth of its potential impact. It's affecting both blue-collar and white-collar jobs, and it's doing so at an unprecedented pace. So, while the pattern of disruption and creation is familiar, the intensity and speed are what make this moment unique.
Sam, looking at the current economic climate, with job openings potentially shrinking for entry-level positions, what advice would you give to recent graduates or those looking to start their careers?
My advice would be to be strategic and proactive. Don't just apply for any job that comes your way. Research industries and companies that are embracing AI as a tool for growth, not just cost reduction. Look for roles that require human interaction, creativity, and complex problem solving. Network relentlessly. Attend industry events. Connect with people on LinkedIn and seek out mentors. Informational interviews can be incredibly valuable for understanding current industry needs. And as Rod mentioned, focus on developing those in-demand skills. Take online courses, pursue certifications, and highlight any projects or experiences that demonstrate your ability to learn, adapt, and collaborate with technology. Don't be afraid to start in a role that might not be your dream job, but use it as a stepping stone to gain experience and build your network.
Rod, to wrap up, what's your outlook for the future of entry-level employment in an AI-integrated world? Are we heading towards a future with significantly fewer opportunities, or will new avenues emerge?
I'm cautiously optimistic. The short to medium term will undoubtedly be challenging, with a period of adjustment and potential displacement. We will see fewer traditional entry-level roles. However, I believe new opportunities will emerge, but they will look different. We'll see more roles focused on AI supervision, data curation, ethical AI development, and human-AI collaboration. There will also be a continued demand for roles that are inherently human: caregiving, creative arts, education, and strategic leadership. The key for individuals will be to develop the skills that complement AI rather than compete with it. For society, the challenge will be to ensure a just transition. This means investing in education and training, providing social safety nets, and fostering an environment where technological progress benefits everyone, not just a select few. It's not about stopping AI, but about steering its development and integration in a way that creates a more prosperous and equitable future for all workers.
Sam, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I'd echo Rod's sentiment about adaptation. The workforce is evolving, and so must we. Embrace the learning opportunities, focus on developing those uniquely human skills, and be prepared to be agile. The future of work is a partnership between humans and technology, and those who can effectively navigate that partnership will be the ones who succeed.
Thank you, Rod and Sam, for sharing your invaluable insights today. It's clear that AI is a powerful force reshaping the job market, and understanding its impact is crucial for both individuals and businesses. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to Workers.com, Staffing Pulse, Insights from the Frontline. If this episode was helpful, be sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, drop a rating, like the video, and share it with your network. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into the evolving world of work. Until then, stay informed and stay adaptable.